The guy with 5 spikes for hair whispers to the baby-faced guy with Buddy Holly glasses, leaves his spot on the sidewalk, and saunters toward the food cart. He looks high on something fast. There's a shiver in his step and a hard twitch to his eyes. Lion slides a hand inside his jacket, finds the holster, and slips his fingers through the cold metal rings of his death punch. It's the very first weapon he's ever had to carry. But since the splinter, which is a word Lion has come to despise, he's just trying to be careful. His death punch is the newer model, stainless nano-steel flex rings, better hydraulics, more precise delivery. Penelope gave it to Lion before he left. The older version, she'd said, you hit the trigger, the electric pistons came out so hard they could kill. This newer one, the one Lion is gripping, it's just supposed to maim. Rain drizzles off the plastic awning, pooling in the street. Sidestepping the puddle, 5 spikes crosses to stand near Ramen, between the back of the food cart and the corner of the building, his motorcycle boot resting on the edge of a grease bucket. Ramen is famine-thin, like the weight just never came back. His eyes are tired, his bones frail, and other than the word people, which Ramen just said twice, Lion's never heard him say a thing. But Ramen doesn't like anyone this close to him. He sets down the chopsticks, picks up a large knife, and starts sharpening the blade against the cold blue light of a laser grinder. 5 Spikes smiles at the threat, leans in closer, and says something guttural. The language sounds like one of those newer polytribe dialects, the mashed-up lingo that pervades the street. This particular vernacular could be West Coast American hip-hop slang crossed with something Asian, but 5 Spikes is speaking too softly for Lion to make out the words. Ramen says something back, then sets down the knife and picks up his chopsticks. Tension fades from the scene. The twitch that Lion's feeling, maybe that's just street paranoia. Maybe this has nothing to do with him. Lion relaxes his grip on the death punch, slides his bowl back in front of him, and goes head down into the soup. But before he can shovel a slice of tofu into his mouth, Ramen's chopsticks poke the air again, this time near his chest. Lion looks up to find both Ramen and 5 Spikes glaring at him. 5 Spikes says a few words. Ramen translates. He say, "You tracker." Lion feels a rush of adrenaline. After the splinter, he needed to vanish. So Penelope asked Sir Richard for a serious favor, and Lion emptied his bank account to pay for the scrubbing. His name, his image, his early history as an investigative journalist, his middle history as one of the world's first M-trackers, his more recent history at the center of the C.H. Tabor controversy, one of the bigger drug scandals turned cultural uprisings in recent blah blah blah, all of it supposedly AI erased from the net. Lion tries to stay calm, covering his surprise with a spoonful of noodles to the mouth, chewing slowly. "Tell him I'm eating," he says eventually, eyes flat. 5 Spikes snarls a response. This time the dialect registers. East Asian polytribe, what the kids call Six Nation speak. Lion knows the lingo, every good M-tracker does, but wanting to see how this plays out, he waits for Ramen to translate. He say, "Go home, Lion Zorn. No more here." He say, "London not safe for M-tracker." "Tell me about it," says Lion, sliding his hand back inside his jacket. But before he can jam his fingers back inside the grip of the death punch, 5 Spikes catches sight of something in the distance. His eyes go wide. Then he makes a hard slashing motion with his hand, darts sideways, and disappears. Buddy Holly glasses must have done the same. By the time Lion spins around to look, they've both vanished into the rain. He glances up and down the street, seeing thug life in every direction. The menacing business of pleasure. Tourists searching for a very different kind of vacation, the dealers who service them, the street vendors who take a cut to look the other way, the tired, the lonely, but none of them interested in him. Yet, when he turns back to the counter, Ramen is interested. He's standing directly in front of Lion, not smiling. Rebel.